We're going to talk about the drop coming up, what to expect if this is your first ever drop. If you need help setting up a stable on Zed Run, I do have a video where I go through and actually talk about all that information. So please go check that video out. I don't want to go into that right now. I just want to sort of get into what to expect about the drop. So first, the information that we know that the format's going to change, and we know that it is going to happen from your wrapped ETH wallet or your Zed Run racing wallet, whatever you want to call it. It's also your, I guess, your Matic bound wallet that you can use at other places as well. A couple of ways to add funds into that. I'm going to bring my screen back up. The simplest and easiest way to add Ethereum into this wallet is by clicking your wallet up here and then simply hitting deposit and entering the amount that you want to deposit. So you need to have money in your MetaMask wallet, which will show up here in your ETH balance. And then essentially what you're doing is transferring it from your MetaMask wallet, your ETH balance, through to your wrapped ETH balance or your Zed Run racing wallet. It does take a little bit of time, so be mindful of that. I think the longest it's taken me is about 7 hours. The best and easiest way, in my opinion, to fund your wallet is to purchase Ethereum from an exchange. I'm in Australia. I personally use SwiftX. There's no delays or anything like that to use it. So I understand Coinbase has like a week delay and all of that sort of stuff. Find an exchange that doesn't. Crypto.com is another one that I have used, but don't anymore because it got too hard. But all you want to do is essentially buy Ethereum from an exchange, then send your Ethereum to your MetaMask wallet, and that'll then show up here on your ETH balance. Then what you need to do is essentially just deposit, and that's depositing from your ETH balance through to your wrapped ETH balance, and then vice versa for withdrawal. There is a gas fee exchanging ETH to wrapped ETH. It is semi-expensive. The last few times I've done it, it's been about $35. So make it worth it. Don't try not to do lots of transactions and only exchange your ETH to wrapped ETH or vice versa when you have to, is my recommendation there. So the format of the drop, like I said, going to change. We don't really know exactly what that means. I'm going off sort of feedback from previous drops. We know that it's going to be on Matic using that wrapped ETH balance. So in terms of the actual drop itself, there might be a queue system implemented. I'm not sure. I think that the community has been asking for it so that you have a little bit more time to pick the horse that you want to get. It has been crazy in the past. And what I'll do is sort of bring up an image of what the marketplace looks like. So what to expect, this is essentially how they come. They come in sort of lines of 5 horses. They have the Z number, if it's a male, female, Nakamoto, and then the color, and then of course the name. So going off previous drops, you're going to have to be really quick here. I wouldn't spend too much time sifting through these if you haven't got horses. In my opinion, it's best to just get out there, get a horse that you can afford, so you at least have something to play around with. Or if you're looking for an investment, just get in there and get one. But have a think about what price point you're going to be entering. This is courtesy of Remy Racing. He does a lot of information for everyone about pricing and some other data points as well. If you're not following him, please go out and give him a follow, because it's where I get a lot of my information as well. So as you can see here with the price increases on the last 4 drops, these are sort of your best indication of what the prices are going to be here, and then your increase from here. So in terms of this question about whether they're sort of random or sequential, so last time we had a drop, it was 2,000 horses, and they staggered the drop in like Z1s to Z4s, I think. And then they did Z1, Z2, 3 and 4. They did it in like sort of bloodline. So they did the Nax first, they did the Zabos second, Finnies next, and then Buterins next. and that was over a time of 2 hours, and that worked really well until we got up to the Buterins, and they dropped 1,000 Buterins, and the network got a little bit cluttered. I think they'll take that information on board and maybe stagger those Buterins out again as well. But, you know, look, in terms of what to expect from the drop, it's an NFT drop. They are all crazy. There's 9 times out of 10 more demand than there is supply. So make sure you have your wrapped ETH ready. Make sure you've got your clicking fingers ready. Again, I don't know if there's going to be a queue system for this drop. There hasn't been to date. It's been first in, best dressed. And you really sort of just have to get in there and get what you can while you can. Don't spend too much time looking for a specific color or a specific name or a specific horse. Just sort of get in there and get it and see what you can do. So the ETH pumping will not affect the prices of the horses. It'll actually help. What we know about the pricing system is that it's locked to the MakerDAO, which is locked to the US dollar. You will see an increase in prices from the previous drop, probably around 20%. They have been, but it has been a while, so they might increase more. With ETH prices going up, it'll essentially mean that you're paying less ETH per horse, but it'll be locked to the US dollar. I think that we will have it within the next 2 weeks. My spidey senses are telling me this Friday, US time, so Saturday morning my time. Otherwise, I think that it will definitely happen by the following Friday with the teasers that they've been putting out. They generally don't do that unless they are close. Yeah, look, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I don't know the exact format in what we're going to be released. So there may be a queue and you may have a bit more of an opportunity to spend time looking at horses. Ideally, I would like to see that happen. How it's implemented, I'm not sure. You know, if we can stagger people in, one out, and have like sort of 20 people looking at horses to buy one and then go and join a queue again. That's how I think it should happen. I picked up something like 7 or 8 horses, and I know I've got experience in these drops, but you know, I wasn't on my fast computer. I was on my Mac laptop. I was on shitty Wi-Fi in a hotel, and I still managed to pick up 7 or 8 horses. So what I was doing was just clicking horses, guys. If you don't have a horse and you need a horse, just click away. I was there an hour after everyone else gave up, clicking horses on the website to try and see if no one had clicked and bought that horse, because there was like 100 left in there or something like that. I clicked almost every single horse and I picked up 2 or 3 horses doing it that way. So in my experience, I don't know how a bot wouldn't have been able to pick them up if they existed. It's just determination. How much do you want this horse? You've got to put in the effort. Unstable Race got 17 horses doing exactly what I did. Just clicking like crazy, trying to find a horse, refreshing the browser, not worrying too much about what the horse was, but more I was just scrolling through and I saw a name and I just clicked it and tried to buy it. And then after everyone had left, I was sort of picking up the scraps as well. I think that the Z10s are going to be similar priced. Bring that price back up for you all. $106 on the last drop USD, and I think that they will stay under 110 or there and thereabouts, so you can get in very, very cheap at that price. What we know about these Z10s is that they are very hard to get and very hard to come by, so you're going to have to be really quick.